everyone, and welcome to another episode of What's Up Inland Empire. I'm Jessica Q, and today we are with Phyllis Clark from Healthy Heritage. How are you doing, Phyllis?
I'm wonderful today. Thank you so much for asking, Jessica.
Of course, you're welcome. Well, thank you for joining us. I know that you are with a nonprofit organization that works to address mental health disparities in the African American community.
Yes.
Okay.
I am Phyllis Clark, the CEO of the Healthy Heritage Movement that serves the Inland Empire. Our mission is to eliminate health disparities in the African American community in San Bernardino, Riverside, which makes up the IE.
The Inland Empire.
Yes.
That's right. That's what we're all about here.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, so let's get some background about your organization. When did you get started?
Well, we started our nonprofit in 2012, and it was really started based on many years before when my mother passed very early in my 20s of cancer and didn't really know anything about disease or cancer or anything like that at that time, and went through a grieving process. It really took me 10 years. I'm going to announce that now.
Yeah.
Because
when you lose a parent, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You'll never get over.
You never get over it. So I wanted to learn more, and I started creating events to educate the African American community about diseases, like 5 chronic diseases: diabetes, heart disease, lung cancer, cancer in general, and also mental health. And that's how we started our organization.
Okay, so you've been around for 11 years now, right? Awesome.
Yes.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And so what do you guys do exactly to help the community?
We pride ourselves in finding culturally competent programming throughout the nation or throughout the universe that we can bring back to the IE. We don't necessarily create the wheel, we couch the wheel.
Okay.
If there's something already out there that is relevant to keeping our community healthy, we bring it in our language, in our swag, in our attitude, and bring it back to the community so they will learn in their language.
Okay, great. And is there any events you've got coming up, or how does your organization work? Like, how can people get involved, or if somebody is struggling with mental health issues, how would they contact you or reach out and get help?
Well, one of our signatures event for mental health is called Laughing for the Health of It. We just had it this past Sunday at the Improv in Ontario.
Oh, nice.
And we educated over 200 people on reducing the stigma of mental health. You now have the information. You need to share it. It is okay not to feel okay, but it is not okay not to get help. Just seek therapy or life coaching or something in that manner to make you galvanize, like, why are you feeling this way? Because life is life. It's ebb and flow. It's ups and downs.
Every day.
There's going to be down times. And then if we're taught to cope with the down times, we can live a stronger and healthier lifetime.
Yeah. So I actually, I have a couple questions for you. So,
yes.
Mental health and the stigma. People have made it seem like it's a bad thing, or the years before, previously, right? It was a bad thing to have mental health issues and you couldn't talk about it. And if you even mentioned the word therapist, it was like, oh my God, you're going to see a therapist. I think therapy is amazing and that so many people could benefit from it. it's really nice to be able to talk to somebody that doesn't know you really and doesn't know, your like everything going on around you, but you just talk to them about how you're feeling. It allows you to open up, but why do you think there's this stigma that makes people so afraid to share that they're not well mentally and that they need to, they do see somebody? What do you think is like behind that?
Well, first of all, I think people need to understand that there's a difference between diagnosed, being mentally ill, and mental wellness. We all have mental wellness and mental health. We have to manage, just like you go to the doctor for your physical every year, you need to have a mental checkup each year as well to find out if you are on point in your goals or in your centering of yourself, as well as if you were diagnosed with cancer or anything like that.
Yeah.
We would go and work with a doctor and a physician to what is wrong with me. We need to do that and have the same perspective for mental health, because you know what? Our brain is our engine in our car. It is the thing that drives us. So if our brain is not functioning on all sorts, then it's going to reflect it in our physical health. And that's what we want to do. As Healthy Heritage, we want our community to know that if you are struggling, and we call it struggling, it's not a problem, you're struggling at this moment with that particular situation, we want you to seek the help that you would seek for your car, you would seek for your physical health. If you broke your arm, if you broke your leg, please seek the same kind of help for your mind. Your brain is your engine.
Right. It's okay to not be okay. It's just not okay to let it go and not get help or help yourself. I agree. Now, I've never really heard of a mental health checkup, like an annual. And actually, it makes so much sense.
Doesn't
and
it make
I
sense?
think, yes, absolutely. Because we usually think of our physical, body. So we go get physicals, right, every year. But what about the mental health, and especially with everything going on in the world from the pandemic and just things are changing. It's not the same way it was even 20 years ago.
It's not the same world that we lived in a few years ago.
Yeah, even a few years ago, right? So talk to us more about these annual mental health checkups. I'm sure you get these done. So you can tell us more about these. What do these consist of?
When you go to your primary care physician, you need to, and you're going for your physical. I'm a female, right? So what do we have? We have all our female things done.
Yes.
Men have all their male things done, right? And then our children have, if they're going to go to school, they have all their immunizations. If they're going to go and play sports, they have all their physical activities to make sure that they're able to participate in that sport. Okay, so we have been, I would say, I don't want to say taught, but just doctrinized that mental health and physical health are one's on the left and one's on the right. But guess what? They're both in the middle.
Yeah.
It's the same. If your brain is not right, if you're not feeling right, you're physically are not
you will get ill.
You are not going to feel right. You're going to eventually get sick. So if we could teach everyone in America, across the world, that you need to have a mental checkup as well. And mental is not, we label it as being crazy, but it's grief.
Well, that's how it used to be.
PTSD.
Yeah.
It is
it's just
domestic violence.
Right?
It is
all
so
the crap you go through every day.
Thank you.
Yes.
Every single day.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's overwhelming. And if you are overwhelmed, then you need to seek help. You could be a business. We just went to through 3 years basically of being out of business and a pandemic that we did not know how to navigate through. And we are expected to come out of it on the right side of it. But
Right.
some people are not going to come. Some people have lost their business. They've lost their livelihood. They've lost their partners. They've lost their families. So those are things, that's mental wellness. Get that addressed.
Yes. And is that something that you would just ask your doctor? So, because I go get physicals every year, but not once have they said, oh, would you like a mental health checkup?
Of course not. No, you're going to have to be proactive in asking because now mental wellness is priority. Because we have gone through not only the pandemic, but all the other things that are going, the political things. And so we have to ask our doctors.
So it's something that you need to ask for. So guys, you hear that?
Yes.
Please, next time you go to the doctors, just ask for a mental health checkup. And it's part of the process. I mean, is it like a questionnaire or, how do they check you for mental health?
I'm so glad you asked that because...
You know what? Hold that thought. We're going to go into a quick commercial break and then we'll be right back with the answer. And thank you to our sponsor, Qattawai Wowi. Be right back. Are you ready to have a white and bright smile? Then it's time to order Qattawai Wowi. Go to QattawaiWowi.com to learn more about this system that works in 7 days to give you a bright smile. Use code podcast and get $20 off. All right, we are back with Phyllis Clark from Healthy Heritage, and you're about to tell us about the mental health checkups. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. So when you check in with your primary care physician, the next appointment you have, you let them know that you're going to do a physical, but you also want a mental health checkup. There is an assessment. If they're not able to do it, then they will refer you to the behavioral health professional on their team. Exactly. But you need to do it even if you're feeling okay, but you especially need to do it if you feel that you're not centered and there's something off about you. You're sad, you're staying in bed, you don't like to do what you like to do, you did before. There's so many symptoms. So I just, I encourage as a mental health advocate that we all put this on our list as well.
Yeah. And you know what I like, what you just pointed out is like some of the signs that you are, not 100% and that you might want to get checked up. But you said I know wanting to sleep a lot, being in bed, just wanting to be in bed. That's a sign of somebody trying to run away from something, right? So that's affecting their mental health. What other signs would you say to pay attention for? Because sometimes, people do know what's going on with their body. They understand, but I think mental health is a little bit different. People are not paying attention. It's like when you have those negative thoughts in your head and then all you got to do is tell those thoughts, shut up, I'm not going to listen to you and move on. But people don't recognize that, and then they keep letting the negative
we
thoughts.
don't connect the dots.
Exactly.
We don't connect the dots. So there's other signs like substance abuse disorder. There's anger, being more aggressive or angrier than you normally are, or you just don't feel like yourself. It's like you don't even know yourself anymore. And it's more than just looking in the mirror. It's just you don't feel. And then you just don't feel happy. You've lost your joy.
Yeah.
So
if you're feeling this way, definitely go get a checkup. Don't be afraid. Everybody's doing it now. Right. It's cool. Go do it.
Now.
Why wouldn't you want to be happy and healthy and feel good and smile and enjoy life, right? So don't be ashamed. Don't be scared. Get out there and get yourself checked. And and so you can feel better. So do you have any upcoming events or anything that you want to let the community know about?
Yes. Healthy Heritage will be participating in the Inland Empire Juneteenth events,
Oh, nice.
which Juneteenth is it's an event also known as Freedom Day because it started in Texas in 1863. That's when the slaves were freed in 1863. But they did not know that they were free in the state of Texas, until 65. So that's when Juneteenth was celebrated. And it became a celebration day all across the state of Texas that slavery was declared freedom. So we are going to participate. The IE is the Inland Empire, has many events, and Healthy Heritage will be participating in many of them, and across Riverside and San Bernardino County. So
Awesome.
Those
So
are
in
our
the
most
Inland
recent,
Empire.
Inland Empire,
IE. Awesome.
IE, exactly.
Now, do you have a social media platform or a website that you want people to go visit so they can find out what events you're going to be at?
Yes, we're on in Instagram, Healthy Heritage, and we're also on Facebook, and we also have a link tree. And those are all Healthy Heritage. Yes.
Keep it simple. I
yes,
like that. Yeah.
Yes.
So there you go, guys. Go ahead and follow them, get connected.
Yes.
And Phyllis, before we sign off, any last words or anything that you just want to throw out to everybody?
Well, I'd also like to invite them to our August event. We also participate in an event called My Hair, My Health, and it's also targeting the African American community, but it is open to everyone. It's at Fairmount Park on August 27th, and you're invited. It's free to the public. It is a natural hair mini fest. We are now celebrating our natural hair and supporting the Crown Act, which makes it not to eliminate the discrimination for people with natural hair. Yes.
I have extensions. Can I still go?
Yes, you can.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yes, you can.
Okay, just want to make sure. I'm playing around. Well, thank you so much, Phyllis. It's been amazing. And thank you for all the information. And thank you for, what you're doing in the community and making a difference. And it's amazing how you might go through a tough time in your life, but that allows you to come back and you come stronger. And then you actually start helping other people around you, right? And you took it to another level. You're helping the community, and I love that. So
I appreciate you having us today.
Yeah,
thank you so much, Jessica.
Thank you, Phyllis. And thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to all our channels, our YouTube. And of course, we are on Instagram and Facebook. What's up, Inland Empire? Be sure to follow us. And thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.